Well, heavy rains across Bengaluru led to a collapse of a wall near Majestic that resulted damaging several four-wheelers that were parked on the road.
So the news coming in as far as many people that have been now affected because of the incessant rains that battered the IT capital on Wednesday with downpours resulting in waterlogging in several parts of the city. The IMD has already issued a yellow alert in the city, and what the civic authorities that have been saying that due to heavy rains there were problems in most of the areas, but in areas like HSR and Shivajinagar that have been the most affected, where the officials are doing everything necessary to reach out to the people.
So the rain havoc is back in the Garden City. We're seeing continuous rains that have brought havoc in several of the places. Inundation being reported. Deepak Bopana joining us live with the details of that. Deepak, several incidents have been reported. In some cases, vehicles being damaged, water flooding several apartments and a wall collapse as well.
Yes, at this point in time, Bengalurians are once again hoping that the rain gods show mercy, because this year, of course, has been one of the wettest years in Bengaluru. There has been incessant rainfall, but last night, of course, was quite heavy. Several areas are witnessing heavy downpour leading to flooding once again. Eastern zones in BVMP limits, especially around Shivajinagar, saw a lot of rainfall flooding. HSR saw a lot of rainfall flooding. Bommanalli as well, an area which is, more often than not, whenever there is rain, you see a lot of flooding in those low-lying areas, especially around the lake. Once again, saw flooding. Most of the water at this point in time has receded, and some of the homes and basements where water had entered and, some vehicles as well being submerged, the BBMP and the fire department working together, using a pump set to pump out the water in most of these areas. And at this point in time, the BBMP commissioner has also said that engineers have been given instructions to ensure that they respond to any of the distress calls quickly. But for the last 6 to 7 hours, the rainfall has been pretty less, and due to which, as far as the areas that where water could have flowed out, it has, and only in certain areas where the drains have been blocked, and those are the areas that are witnessing water loss.
Absolutely, because the city has broken all records for being the wettest year in the recorded history of Karnataka, capital receiving more rainfall than it has been expected. But for the next 5 days, Deepak, it is being said that an alert that has been issued on part of the IMD.
Well, yes, but we've seen even in the last week, the IMD, of course, had predicted heavy rainfall, but there has been, it has been manageable for the residents who've been commuting across the city. But last night, of course, with the rains which started at around 9 p.m., went on until about 12 in different areas, and those 4 hours and heavy showers have resulted in, waterlogging in several areas. Now, hopefully, especially the IT corridor as of now, which came under, headlines because of, the waterlogging on the main stretch of the road, and also some of the, plush apartments nearby. Now, there are no reports of flooding yet from those areas. We'll have to see, at least if some of the areas that witnessed flooding, which the BBMP, of course, has had time to fix certain issues, whether they have been fixed so that an issue like this does not happen again. But there has been waterlogging, like you're seeing, that did happen in multiple areas. But with the kind of heavy downpour that came in last night, that was something that was expected. We'll really have to see how efficient the BBMP and the other officials will be to ensure that any people who are in trouble are helped at the earliest.
That's right. Deepak, in fact, this is not the first time Bengaluru is making news for the waterlogging problems that are caused by the heavy rains. This, of course, is record rains that we are seeing in the city. But as far as BBMP is concerned, the civic body was under fire for not doing enough. The Chief Minister had promised that now things will be put in place. Any update on that front, on what the management is doing and what the civic authority is doing?
Well, there has been incessant, rainfall. Like you mentioned, it has been the wettest year, and it's not been too long for a drastic change in terms of infrastructure from the BBMP. They, of course, have been making promises, but it's just been less than about just around a month since the last time the city witnessed heavy flooding. So to make drastic infrastructural changes is going to be a challenge in a brief period of time like that. But the BBMP is assuring, as far as desilting of drains is concerned, that's an ongoing process. encroachments are being
Absolutely,
removed.
because Bengaluru residents continue to bear the brunt of severe waterlogging as water is yet to recede from the roads and the bylanes from the latest downpour that has been reported. Let's listen into what the BB has to say on the work they say that they have been doing.
ತುಂಬಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಳೆಯಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಝೋನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಉಂಟಾಗಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಮಳೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತೊಂದರೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಬೊಮ್ಮನಹಳ್ಳಿ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ HAL ಲೇಔಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶಿವಾಜಿನಗರ ಆ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಝೋನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ JC ಇತ್ಯಾದಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಲೀಫ್ ಕೆಲಸನೂ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಪಂಪಿಂಗ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.